Sheriff Ray Nash here, Police Dynamics Media. I'm back from Cancun, stuck here in my little room in Kabul, Afghanistan. But I want to talk to you today about citizen complaints. You know, the officer that's operating out from under authority, that independent spirit, very likely he is going to lead the department in complaints. And I mean legitimate complaints. We know there's those frivolous ones out there, but I talk about legitimate complaints here. And, you know, I've been doing this police administration thing for a long time. And I know what it's like to get a complaint on an officer. Typically it goes something like this. The officer has responded to a call for service, reactive policing, y'all call, we come. The officer has responded and something has transpired during that contact with the citizen that generates a complaint. So let's say they call up the next day to complain on this particular officer and I get the call. So, Sheriff Nash, you won't believe what Officer Jones did when he came to my house last night. Now, if there's a Jones out there, I apologize in advance. This is just an example. You won't believe what he did. He is the worst excuse for a police officer I have ever seen in my life. He ought to be fired immediately. And I'm like, well, my goodness, what in the world did Officer Jones do that you found to be so offensive? Specifically, what did he do? And then there's this pause as they replay the tape in their head. And they think for a second, then they say something like, well, I guess it wasn't so much what he did that I didn't appreciate. It was what he said. Oh, it was what he said. Well, did he threaten you in some way? And they replay that tape. No, I can't really say he threatened me in any way. Well, did he use foul and abusive language? Replay the tape. No, I can't really say they used foul and abusive language. Well, exactly what was it that Officer Jones said that you found to be so offensive? Specifically, what did he say? Then there's that pause again. They replay the tape, and then they say something like this. Well, I guess it wasn't so much what he said that I didn't like. It was how he said it. And you can fill in the blank, because many of you have received those very types of phone calls yourself in your career. It was something in the officer's tone of voice that reflected a certain attitude, a certain lack of character. And that's what the citizen reacted to and didn't really even know why. That's why I say that the tongue is so powerful. The power of life and death really is in the tongue. And this tongue of ours gets us in so much trouble. Remember that out of the overflow of the heart, the mouth speaks. And if we're not careful about controlling our tone of voice and our inflection, these are important characteristics of our tactical communications, then we're going to send the wrong message. And the message that the citizens get is that we don't care, we don't appreciate them, we're fed up with them, we don't like them, we're bothered by them, we're disgusted with them for whatever reason. And it comes across in the way in which we engage with these citizens. And a lot of times we don't even realize that we're doing it, and a lot of times the citizen doesn't even realize that's what they're reacting to, but that's exactly what generates all these complaints.